Morning, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday on behalf of Native Child and Family Services of Toronto. Very grateful to be with you this morning here on YouTube and sending out all of our good wishes to each and every person who might be viewing this from wherever you're checking in from. So just want to let you know my name is Alita Sauve. I am a Tahltan woman on my mother's side and a Nehio woman on my father's side. I am from the Crow Clan, First Nation of Canada. Very grateful to be here with you this morning and to share with you this morning. It's been a while since I've been online, and I'm really grateful to be here this morning. It's a beautiful day. It's beautiful because we're in it. We're given another gift of another beautiful day from the Creator. And on that note, I'd like to start out with some opening words this morning of gratitude and say, great power up above, Creator of all things, is that little bird come to talk to you again from the Nehio Tahltan Nation Crow Clan, giving a deepest of gratitude this morning for the grandfather sun and for the fire of life that burns in us. Also to the grandmother moon and the waters of life and the waters of life that are inside of our body as well. And the water that's inside of our mother's body, on top of her body and hanging around her body. We're also grateful for the fire of life that is inside of our mother's body as well. And we also send up our greetings and our gratitude to our brothers and sisters, the stars, and to the northern lights and the four sacred thunderbirds. We're grateful that this day for our mother, the earth herself, and all of the things that she does to sustain us each and every day. We give thanks for our relations that we share this life with, those ones that crawl on the earth and under the earth, the ones that live in the waters, the ones that have wings, and the ones that have four legs, and the ones that walk on two legs. We're grateful also for the standing ones that make oxygen for us, and for the rock people that hold our history and language. We're grateful for all of the food medicines that the Mother Earth provides for us, and the medicines we use in ceremonies, and the medicines that we use to keep our bodies, mind, emotions, and spirits in balance. We're grateful for all of these beautiful gifts. We are especially grateful for the four winds that carry up our words at this time, our words of gratitude and our words of deep love to the Creator for all of these beautiful things that we have in our life. We especially want to give thanks for the ancestors of this land that I sit upon this morning, and also the ancestors of my homelands and the ancestors of your homelands. We thank them for all of the sacrifices that they made so that we might be here today and know how to talk to you, Great Mystery. We also, at this time, we want to give our acknowledgement and gratitude to all the old ones that still walk amongst us. And we thank them for their prayers that they offer each morning and night for us as we go forward in our lives. We're deeply grateful for all of the children, especially those ones that are yet to be born. They're getting ready to come here, and also those ones that are already here. We're grateful for the gifts of our children. And we are also grateful for all of the new life that comes from all the species of all of our relations upon this Mother Earth. All these things we're thinking about with deep gratitude this morning, Great Mystery, great power up above, Creator of all life. We especially want to think about those ones that are homeless, those ones that are sick or incarcerated, those ones that live in places of fear and violence, those ones that live in places of war. We ask you to take pity upon them. We ask you also to ensure that you guide our minds and hearts and whole beings towards the well-being and protection of all life upon this Mother Earth. These things we say to you in a good, kind, and gentle way. And if I forgot anything, I ask you to look in the minds and hearts of all the viewers and make things right. With that, I say, Medicho, 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 Miigwech, Yahweh, Wilalin, Marci. Thank you, all my relations. So, thank you for your patience as I offered some words of gratitude this morning, which I like to do, and which gives me great peace when I do that. And hopefully it's something that you'll consider doing yourself, and perhaps it will also give you great peace of heart and spirit. This morning, I want to talk a little bit and share with you a little bit about, I'm hesitant to use the word history because that always denotes that something no longer exists and we're looking back on it. But perhaps a better way to say it is to talk about the early evolutions or the early renaissance of Indigenous people here of this Turtle Island. And we've come through a very difficult genocidal agenda process, and we are in a movement forward, a movement of healing. And I'm of an age when I was around when things started to blossom again, if you will. And so in late 1960s, early 70s, our voices began to be heard again upon this land and in the land that they call the United States. And it created a movement of growth, a movement of an awakening of our people, and an awakening not only of our people, but of their voices. And I specifically want to talk about, how people my age would go great distances to meet with older people, what they call elders and ceremonial people, to learn again, to connect with who we are as Indigenous people. And we would travel great distances to visit with them and be with them and do ceremonies with them. And also at that time, the elders were gathering together because they recognized that the young people were waking up and they needed a place to go, to be heard and to hear how things were for us as Indigenous people long before the colonizers came. And on that note, they started to gather. And one of those gatherings, I hear tell, took place in Lethbridge, Alberta in 1972. And they got together and they talked about how to support the young people in reconnecting with who they are. And there were many things discussed, I'm sure. I wasn't at that particular gathering because I was just a young whippersnapper then. However, there were many people there and many ideas brought forward and many teachings from the past brought forward and ceremonies were done. But one of the things that I noted as a young person that came out of that was something called the Native Code of Ethics. And I use that term Native, although we nowadays say Indigenous. It really caught my attention when that was brought forward. And it was brought forward originally in 1978. And then in 1982, it was first published in a book called The Sacred Tree. And this Sacred Tree was a book that was put together by the Four Worlds Development Project. And it was dedicated to uplifting Indigenous young people at that time, and to also address some of the ills that were happening in our communities, specifically substance abuse and that sort of thing. So out of that particular 1978 meeting of the elders, this was first talked about and then published again in 1982. So I'm going to share that with you, and you'll excuse me because I don't want to forget anything. So I have it here in my notes on my phone. So I'm going to read it word for word for you, just the way it was written in those days, as a way of sharing with you this morning. So it goes like this. Each morning upon rising and each evening before sleeping, give thanks for the life within you and for all life and for the good things the Creator has given you and for the opportunity to grow a little more each day. Seek for the things that will benefit everyone. Respect means to feel and show honor or esteem for someone or something, to consider the well-being of, or to treat someone or something with deference and courtesy. Showing respect is a basic law of life. Treat every person from the tiniest child to the oldest elder with respect at all times. Special respect should be given to elders, parents, teachers, and community leaders. No person should be made to feel put down by you, so avoid hurting others' hearts as you would avoid deadly poison. Touch nothing that belongs to someone else, especially sacred objects, without permission or an understanding between you. Respect the privacy of every person. Never intrude upon a person's quiet moment or personal space. Never walk between people that are conversing. Never interrupt people who are conversing. Speak in a soft voice, especially when you are in the presence of elders and strangers and others who deserve special respect. Do not speak unless invited to do so at gatherings where elders are present, except to ask what is expected of you should you be in doubt. Never speak about others in a negative way, whether they are present or not. Treat the earth and all of her aspects as your mother. Show deep respect for the mineral world, the plant world, and the animal world. Do nothing to pollute your mother. Rise up and defend her at all costs. Show deep respect for the beliefs and religion of others, and listen with courtesy to what others say. Even if you feel that what they're saying is worthless, listen with your heart. Respect the wisdom of the people in council. And once you've given an idea to a council meeting, it no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the people. Respect demands that you listen intently to the ideas of others in council, and that you do not insist that your ideas prevail. Indeed, you should freely support the ideas of others if they are true and good, even if those ideas are quite different from the ones that you have contributed. The clash of ideas brings forth the spark of truth. Once a council has decided something in unity, respect demands that no one speaks secretly against it, against what has been decided. If the council has made an error, the error will become apparent to everyone in its own time. Be truthful at all times and under all conditions, and always treat your guests with honor and consideration. Give your best food, your best blankets, the best part of your house, and your best service to your guests. Remember that the hurt of one is the hurt of all, and the honor of one is the honor of all. Receive strangers and outsiders with a loving heart and as members of the human family. All races and tribes in the world are like the different colored flowers of one meadow. All are beautiful. As the children of the Creator, they must all be respected. To serve others is to be of use to family, community, nation, and the world, and is one of the main purposes for which human beings have been created. True happiness comes only to those who dedicate their lives to the service of others. Observe moderation and balance in all things. Know those things that lead you to your well-being and those things that lead to your destruction. Listen to and follow the guidance given to your heart. Expect guidance to come in many, many different forms, in prayer, in dreams, in times of quiet solitude, and in the words and deeds of wise elders and friends. So that, my friends, is the excerpt from The Sacred Tree, first published in 1982 by the Four Worlds Development Project. And it is truly a thought-provoking code of ethics to consider, especially in this day and age. We're in difficult times. There's war and violence going upon our Mother Earth. There is pollution happening of our air, our water, the earth itself, our food, the very food that we eat. And it's time, I think, for us to think carefully about these ancient understandings that came forward and were brought to light again in the Renaissance of our people, the Indigenous people of Turtle Island. And we ask you with a good conscience and kindness in our heart to consider these philosophies and these ethics with respect and dedication and a commitment to figuring out how you're going to manifest those ones in your own life. With that, I want to say to you, I'm very grateful to be sharing some time with you this morning, and I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I shall see you next week.